Hello, in this video we are on the KFF website and I'm going to show you how to use the Build a Custom State report. So for this one, the first thing you're going to do is select your indicators. Normally these are going to be your dependent variables, so these are going to be the things that you're kind of measuring. And then your independent variable or your fixed factor, your categorical factor, would be states, because this is a state report, so you're going to get this data for each state. So the state would be your independent variable and you're picking your dependent variables here. So for this one, you can just go through and, for example, COVID-19, you could say, I'm interested in this. Let's see what else. Maybe I want to know just the total percent, or maybe I don't want to know by ethnicity. Maybe just I want to know overall. So you can check that one. Maybe you're over COVID, totally understand that. So you want to come down to health status. You're interested in maybe smoking, and let's say life expectancy. So these are just examples. Feel free to just, go through and just click around and decide, whatever you're interested in. Here you've got disparities. You've got more demographics there. Economics, demographics, state politics. If you're interested in the state political parties, you could check that one. You've got population characteristics, income and poverty. Maybe you're interested in the poverty rate. Let's see. Let's try that one. Okay, so once you're done, and you can see you can have a lot of fun just playing around with that, the next step is to click Step 2, select your states. I recommend just going ahead and selecting all of the states. This will give you more data and more information, which is more fun. And then click Step 3, generate your report. Now, depending on how many variables you click, this could take just a little bit of time, but okay, that pops right open. So you can see here, you've got all of your different pieces of information. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting, right? And this is for if you go across, so if you come down to the bottom, you can see it's for all the different states. At this point, you can start over. You can add or modify your indicators, which on the left, these are your indicators. You can add and modify your states. You can also learn more about this, including how to properly cite the data, which is important. Otherwise, though, we're just going to go ahead and download this data. So I'm going to download it to my desktop. And then give me just a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that open. Okay, so here is your data. You can see that it might look a little bit crazy there. There's a lot of information. I'm going to go ahead and the other thing you might notice that is if you're trying to put this into JASP, you've got it going the wrong direction, right? So you've got all of your states, right, going across this row, and you need them to going down the columns. So what you need to do is just click in and do a copy or Control A, because you want to select all of that, all of your data. And then once you select all of it, so first is a Control A to select all of your data. Otherwise, you can grab and drag and select all of the data. Then you're just going to go ahead and copy it. I don't know if you can see that, but I just clicked copy. And then open up a new sheet. And over here in this box, we're going to, and I'm not sure what it is for Macs, I'll be honest, I'm on a PC, but you right click and you're going to paste special. And for this special, you're going to transpose the data. Yay! So now when you've transposed the data, you can see that what it does is it flips it around. Now, woohoo, you've got it in a format that you can actually use. So then you would kind of just go down and say, okay, so this is not anything. That didn't come through. This one did not come through. So you can just start deleting out things that did not come through. You can also obviously click on them to see like, okay, that's medium annual household. All right, that did not come through. So we're going to go ahead and delete it. State political parties, that didn't come through. Instead, what did come through is the governor and state senators. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of those. I'm going to keep that though. We've got median income, smoking, life expectancy, all of that good stuff. So the next step is right here for the United States, we can't use that one. That can't be one of our variables because what it is just the average of all of our variables or the total. So we're going to go ahead and remove that one. All right, so now that we have the United States out of the way, the next thing we need to look at fixing wise is what are we going to do about the percentages? So JASP does not like percentages. So we're going to come through here and highlight this row. There we go. And then we're going to do a Control H, and I already have the percent in there. But if you hit here, go to replace and do percentage, and we're not replacing it with anything. And then we're just going to replace all. So if you look then, it's like, oh my gosh, that looks really crazy and not right. But if we then come up here and change it to general, it's now just a regular number. Also, if you notice that over here, if you've got like the number signs, it's just that you don't have enough. You just need to spread it out a little bit. So then any place you have the percentages, you just want to come over here and get rid of those and replace all, and then change it to general. If you go straight to general first, it's going to turn it into a percentage, or not a percentage, a decimal. So for example, if we just did this, it's like, no, we really want it as the whole number. So that's why we do that. Control H first, click replace all, close that out, and then click general. And then that works for us. The other thing we're going to want to do is get rid of the dollar sign. So just have to come through here and change it from currency. Now we can just change that to general. So once you get rid of all of the rest of these decimals, so we can just go ahead and select the rest of the decimals and Control H and place all and general, and then this last one. So the goal is to have everything as straight numbers and no extra symbols in there. Okay, so yay. Now that we've got that, you'll notice this is already saved as a CSV file. So all we have to do is just resave that. Then we can come over here to JASP and open and computer, desktop, there it is. And there is your data. Now you'll notice in some cases, right, it's showing as the wrong type. So you just need to come through, and it's still not liking that. I wonder if it's the, oh, it doesn't like commas either. Okay, so now we would go through here and we would just go ahead and get rid of the commas. So, general, click save. So now if you look over here, it's now showing as a scale. So if you run into any other issues like that, just be aware that's what the problem is. It'll like like period, but it does not like commas. So for the commas, where's the comma one? You would just go ahead and highlight that and change it to general. And then once you're done, make sure you click save, and then JASP will automatically update. So I can't remember which one that one was. So I think that might be, oh, this one now. All right. Save. And it looks like we now have a clean sheet to work from, including you also now have Democrat, Republican, so you also now have two variables here. So if you wanted to use, do some kind of comparison between Democratic and Republican states, you've got those two that you can use. Otherwise, you have all of the state variables, so you can compare any of these numeric variables with each other. So I hope this helps, and let me know if you have any questions.